Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 7. It is round 16. It is the second last round before the finals. Let's kick it off with the first game, Geelong versus GWS Giants at GMHBA Stadium. And the first quarter is nearly done. It's completed and it is level. Scores are level at quarter time, 4-4, 28 apiece. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Geelong wants to keep in the 8. GWS Giants are down the bottom. And Geelong, they've kicked 1-1 to the Giants 1-6. Giants are up by 5 points at half time. Recorded. Third quarter. And the third quarter, Geelong have kicked 6-4. And the Giants are 2-2. And at three-quarter time, the Cats are up by 21 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Let's see who wins. And in the end, Geelong have won by 13 points. They take their position in the top 4 after beating the Giants at home. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Port Adelaide versus St Kilda. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter's done. Port Adelaide, they've kicked 3-4 to St Kilda 1-4. Port Adelaide are up by 2 goals. Let's go to the second quarter. And the Power have kicked 3-4 to St Kilda 1-4. And Port Adelaide are up by 4 goals. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. Third quarter, and the Power have kicked 4-3 to St Kilda 2-3. And at three-quarter time, St Kilda are down by 36 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, St Kilda have won that quarter. They've kicked 5-1 to Port Adelaide 4-2. And in the end, Port Adelaide have won by 31 points. Final scores, Port Adelaide 14-13. 97 to St Kilda 9-12, 66. All right, let's go to the match of the round. It's Sydney Swans versus Richmond at the SCG. Let's go to the first quarter of this game. And Richmond have come out. They've kicked 5-5, 35 to Sydney 2-4, 16. 19 points the difference. Richmond's way, second quarter. Second quarter is completed. Richmond, they've kicked 5-5 to Sydney 1-4. And at half time, Sydney are down by 44 points. Richmond, they are sitting third on the ladder. They get a win today, they'll be in second spot. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter nearly completed. After half time, Richmond, they've kicked 5-1, but Sydney have kicked 6-4 after half time, but still down by 35 points. Sydney 66 to Richmond 101. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, Richmond have won by 40 points. They kick 4-3 to Sydney 3-4. Final score, Sydney 12-16, 88 to Richmond 19-14, 128. All right, so Richmond are sitting second on the ladder. Sydney have dropped down to 6th spot. Let's go to the next game. It's Western Bulldogs versus Carlton at Marvel Stadium. First quarter's done. Western Bulldogs have kicked 6-4, 40 to Carlton 4-4, 28. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, we've got Western Bulldogs 5-1 to Carlton 4-2 in that second quarter, and the Western Bulldogs are 17 points up, 71-54. Let's go to the third quarter. Match of the round in round 17 at the moment is Richmond versus the Bulldogs at the MCG. That's going to be exciting. The Bulldogs, they've kicked 5-4 to Carlton 3-2. And the Bulldogs are in front by 31 points. Let's go to the last quarter. The Bulldogs, they're putting a stamp on this season. They've got 10 wins in a row. In that last quarter, they've kicked 6 goals, 2 to Carlton, 3 goals, 4. And the final scores, Western Bulldogs 22-11, 143 to Carlton 14-12, 96. That was a 47-point beating. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Fremantle versus Gold Coast. Let's go to the first quarter of this game. And the first quarter is completed. Fremantle, they've kicked 3 goals, 2-20 to Gold Coast, 2-5-17. Second quarter. Second quarter, we've got Fremantle kicking 3 goals, 6 to Gold Coast, 4 goals, 3. And at halftime, scores a level 44 apiece. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. And the third quarter, we've got Fremantle kicking 6 goals, 6 to Gold Coast, 5 goals, 4. And Fremantle are up by 8 points, 86-78. Last quarter. Games completed. Fremantle have won by 18 points. Final scores, Fremantle 17-19, 121 to Gold Coast, 15-13, 103. So they've got a few games under their belt now, Fremantle. They're in position 14, Gold Coast in 15th. Let's go. The next game is Essendon versus Collingwood, both in the 8s, trying to stamp themselves in the top 4, or just hanging on the top 8. Collingwood kicking 5 goals, 5 to Essendon, 3-1 in that first quarter. Collingwood are 16 points up, 35-19. Second quarter of this game, we've got Essendon. They've kicked 6 goals, 4 to Collingwood, 3 goals, 4. And at half time, Essendon are up by 2 points after being 16 points down. And a good second quarter. Let's go to the third. Third quarter, Collingwood have stamped their authority in the third quarter after half time. They've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Essendon, 3 goals, 2. Collingwood are now 19 points up, 98-79. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Collingwood have won by 28 points. They kicked 4 goals, 6 to Essendon, 3 goals, 3. And that puts Collingwood in the top 4 at the moment. So they've pushed Geelong out to 5th and themselves in the top 4. All right, let's go. The next game is Melbourne versus Adelaide Crows at the MCG. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter has completed, and Adelaide Crows, they've kicked 3 goals, 1-19 to Melbourne, 1 goal, 5-11. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter has completed, and we've got another game that is tied up at half time, 6-7, 43 apiece. Let's go to the third quarter to see who gets their stamp on this game. And Adelaide Crows, they've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Melbourne, 1 goal, 6. So too many behinds, Melbourne, in that third quarter. Adelaide 82-55, so they're 27 points up. Let's go to the last quarter. This could push Adelaide off the bottom of the ladder. And Adelaide, they've won by 21 points. They kicked 2 goals, 6 to Melbourne, 3 goals, 6. Final scores, Melbourne 10-19, 79 to Adelaide Crows 14-16, 100. So that puts Melbourne in a difficult position because they're on the same points as Carlton and Brisbane. But Carlton have played already, and Brisbane are playing in the next game. So let's go to that game. It's Hawthorn versus Brisbane at the Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter of this game. Brisbane are trying to get in the 8. Hawthorn are just too far back with only 6 wins. The first quarter, Brisbane, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Hawthorn, 5 goals, 4. So Brisbane are 8 points up. Let's go to the second quarter of this game. Brisbane needed a decent win in the last 2 games to have any chance of getting into the top 8. Second quarter, Hawthorn, they've kicked 6 goals, 6 to Brisbane, 3 goals, 5. So that puts Hawthorn up by 11 points, 76 to 65. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. And Hawthorn, they've kicked 4 goals, 4 to Brisbane, 1 goal, 1. And Hawthorn are now 32 points up. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. And Hawthorn have now beaten Brisbane in the second last game. And that's going to be mighty tough for the Lions to get in the top 8 the season 7. So final scores, Hawthorn 2017 137 to Brisbane 13-16 94. All right, so that moves Hawthorn up to 12th position, Brisbane in 11th. Okay, let's go to the last game. It's West Coast versus North Melbourne at Optus Stadium. First quarter's done. North Melbourne, they've kicked 2 goals, 6 to West Coast, 1 goal, 6. Goal difference to North Melbourne, 18 to 12. Second quarter has completed. West Coast, they've kicked 3 goals, 1 to North Melbourne, 1 goal, 4. And West Coast are now up by 3 points, 31 to 28 at half time. Let's go to this third quarter of this game. West Coast, they're trying to get off the bottom of the ladder. And we've got North Melbourne kicking 6 goals, 2 to West Coast, 1 goal, 2. And North Melbourne are up by 27 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game and round. And in the end, North Melbourne have won by 12 points. West Coast kicked 3 goals, 5 to North Melbourne, 1-2 in that last quarter. But it wasn't enough for West Coast to get over the line. So West Coast final score 8-14-62 to North Melbourne 10-14-74. All right, so that completes round 16, Saturday the 14th of December 2024. So we've only got 1 round left before the finals. We've got match of the round in round 17 is the Tigers versus the Bulldogs. So it is first versus second. And that will determine who will be minor premiers. At the moment, it is the Bulldogs, a game clear. So we've got Bulldogs having a 10-week winning streak, and Richmond is the second highest with 6 wins. So one of these teams is going to lose out on the minor premiership. We've got a new wooden spoon contender at the moment, which is West Coast Eagles. So Bulldogs are the #1 offense team in the competition for season 7, and St Kilda is the #1 defense team, who are in position 8. All right, that concludes round 16. We'll see you next time on Wednesday, the 18th of December, 2024 for round 17.